In this tutorial, we're going to be taking a look at how to use the new open line tool to measure the cross section. So like to make a cross section and to see what the bathymetry is along that cross section. So that can be useful, say when you're changing the height of a levee, which is the topic of the next tutorial, and you want to see the changes reflected in the bathymetry just to make sure that they kind of coincide with what you expect to occur in the model. So in order to do it, what you want to do is just go and get the new open line tool up here. Just click above the levee, somewhere above the levee, and then try to make a relatively straight line all the way across the stream or across the riverbed, and then just click escape, and then call this cross section underscore levee, and go OK. And then you can see it's appeared here underneath the data items, and you just want to go and look at the show attribute table. So you can see that this line that we just created is composed of 2 points, and it has a length of 1,238.66 meters, which is maybe some information that's useful for you to know. But what I wanted to point out here is that there's only 2 points in this line. So if we try to basically interpolate data from the mesh, the bathymetry data from the mesh onto this line, it's not going to be it's not going to give us much information because we only have those 2 endpoints. So what we want to do is just right click on the cross section underscore levee, go to resample, and then go down here underneath the resample options, and underneath the method you have a choice of equal distance. So the delta 1, that's the total number of, well, we're going to get a point every 1 meter along the line. So we're going to leave it like that. And then it asks us, do we want to create a new line set? Here we can go across it. We can put in here cross section levee delta 1. So just to indicate that it's been resampled every 1 meter. Go OK. You can see that it pops up here. Also, when you look at the attribute table for one of these, it usually pops up with this item here called cross section levee ID. You can delete this and it's not going to affect anything, just so you know that. But if we go and look at the attribute table of the new resample cross section, you'll find that the number of points has jumped to 1,240 instead of the 2 that we had before. So if we use this line to get information off of the mesh, we're going to have a bathymetry point every meter along the line. So it's a very high resolution sampling. So that's what we want. And then we're going to, so I'll show you how to do that actually right now. It's pretty simple. You use the map object tool again, but in this case we're not using the 2D interpolator. We're going to go and use the new mesh. And of course in the previous tutorial we interpolated the data points to the new mesh, so now they're still on new mesh, and then we just go OK, and then it's going to ask us to give it a name of the new data. So we'll call this cross section levee delta 1 elevation, and just go OK. And you can see here that it's given us this new object underneath. And in order to view it, because this is a one-dimensional line, I'm not even sure what happens if you put it on a 2D line, but you don't really see much. It just turned red. But to see the actual cross section itself, what you want to do is open up a new window from the 1D, a new 1D view, and then just drag and drop that onto the 1D view. And you can see here that that's the that's the cross section that we just took, and it's sampled every 1 meter. So that's basically everything that I wanted to touch on in this video. In the next video, we're going to see how you can actually change the height of the levee and then use this tool again to reflect those changes in the 1D view. So see you in that video.